We are recording. Shush. We're just started recording. You shush, or I'll beat you ahead to the head with the bottle.
That bottle's made of glass. It won't kill me.
Do you think you're stronger than glass?
Everything is stronger than glass. Even feathers are stronger than glass.
No, not an enclosed bottle. An enclosed bottle can go through
bonk you over
drywall.
the head with 2 glass.
I'm gonna bring 3 glass and fight you that way.
I'm gonna bring an entire window and then just shove you against the wall and have a crack.
Well, I'm gonna bring a door of glass.
I'm gonna just bring my cat and throw him on you. He'll knock
I'll
you
wear a
out.
glass bodysuit.
I will bring my super suit.
I will bring my glass suit. It looks very fancy, but I can't move my arms at all. So I just sit there just work on my tie.
I will bring my imagination.
Dang. And nothing can beat that. Welcome to Dumb
Yes.
Stories for Intelligent People.
Where we talk about dumb shit.
I just felt like that'd be too smooth of a transition if I did that. I will be our dungeon master, or dumb master, or whatever you want to keep the abbreviations as. Today's story
You're a
will be
DM.
the demonstration that I said we cannot pre-think about. I did not pre-think about it, but I kind of want to do the demonstration now. Vampires.
Vampires.
Vampires! Okay, where do we start? Maybe mid 1800s medieval. Go ahead
No,
with
how
that.
about the Middle Ages?
No, screw it. Far future. You're cybernetic vampires.
700s.
Nope.
700s.
2078.
No. 2010. 2010 inside of like the high school era where people like listen to Linkin Park and shit.
No. Vampires in the White House.
No.
With a
I am the dungeon master. I get to choose 2002 funk.
2002 funk.
You both get to have afros as a character perk.
Do they get like pink? Are they pink?
No,
Or
you both have really bad dance moves that you think are really good.
Do we have
that's
disco
only because
pants?
What?
Disco pants?
Yes, you are in a full disco getup.
Yes.
Okay.
We're a vampire to full disco get up in 2002.
All right, you're both
about
punk
me? What am I?
You're also a punk vampire. You both work together to. Let's do this in the style of there is a whole party going on, and I'm gonna guide you through the things or the opportunities to take out every single member of this party. Because if you don't, you're probably gonna have a terrible party, and no one's gonna come to your next one. And honestly, that's gonna hurt a lot worse than not having any blood for the winner.
So are we going after the party host, or are we just going after everyone in general?
You are the party host. Except people are starting to talk crap about your food, and they don't seem to like you very much because your party sucks really bad.
So we're the ones throwing the party to kill them.
Yes, but you're not at your own place. You're at someone else's place because you're renting it. You're pretty dang poor. All right, let's start the scene.
So are we using a real identity to do this, or are we using someone else's identity or faking identity for this?
This is your identity, but it's also one of those things where, like, if you get caught doing this, they're probably going to start questioning why you've been alive for, like, 400 years.
Okay.
So it's like you're really bad at hiding your identity, which is why you're terrible at dancing and everything.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. So, you bump into somebody's fly girl, and they get upset at you. Nobody cares about them. You head out to the balcony, and the first thing you see is a man leaning over the edge a little bit, trying to smoke a cigarette, talking about how he almost gave up on Y2K because it was scary. But there's also someone keeping an eye out for anyone who's drinking because they don't want anyone getting too drunk tonight. What is your first?
Oh, this is just house party.
Actually, no. No one at a house party goes around sitting around smoking cigarettes.
Sure, why not? Haven't you ever heard of the vampire smoking a cigarette story?
And the whole thing about not drinking too much is a real thing that happens at most parties, where you try to have one either a designated driver or someone who makes sure no one grabs their keys. That's a real thing. This isn't based off house party. This is a real thing that happens.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Okay,
Jeez,
continue.
I'm insulted. But no, it's your turn. You guys have an action. You're sitting on the balcony. The guy looks over to you. He says, "Hey man, after Y2K, I kind of spent all my earnings. Thanks for inviting me to this party. It's the first one I've been to in months. Can I use your shower? Maybe your bathroom?"
Make general small talk to ask if they know anyone there and more about them.
They say, "Yeah, I got some friends here, but I haven't talked to them in a while, so it's kind of an iffy moment for me. Hopefully things go well." Dumbass 64, what do you wish to do for your turn?
Um, Jeez.
You
What do I want to do? I want to be
The
um.
very best.
Do you want me to give you a couple examples?
Oh, I was just sure. What's an example?
Well, Dumbass A is talking to the person who's trying to calm himself down. You do have the lady on the other side who's talking to some other people and is also just sitting in the general balcony area trying to make sure nobody's too drunk. However, you do notice she does have people's keys and she's holding on to them personally, including the keys to your very own bicycle. Not a motorbike, just a bicycle.
What do I do?
Yeah. Or you can go
I
back into the party and try to separate the party.
I would drug her out and take the keys.
She wonders why you're getting closer and smacks you and does not give you your keys back.
Then I punch her.
Hold on. Just make sure you said, what did you say you do to her before you ask for your keys? I just want to make sure I heard this right.
I'd what did I say? I poison her. Like stab a needle into her. Like have her
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pass out.
She doesn't like
I
that.
drugged
She
her.
doesn't like that at all. She gets very upset at the fact you'd hurt her when she's just trying to make sure everyone's safe.
You need to build
Meanwhile,
up your trust first.
Oh yeah.
meanwhile, while
I would
Dumbass
ask
64
her.
becomes the laughing stock for a couple people,
I guess
Dumbass
I keep a
A.
slow conversation going. I guess I try to make friends with
Well,
her.
You
You
already
know.
used your turn. You already used your turn.
I have to advance
Oh.
the story a little bit before your turns come back.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, while the Man 64 gets laughed at by a couple of people, but this lady does apologize for smacking you. The
Mm-hmm.
Mass A gets to know the guy a little bit better. The poor sap mentions that he's been living on the road for a couple weeks, and he actually quit his last job by defecating on his boss's desk, and deeply regrets it because now he's jobless, and that he would just really like he doesn't need anything, but he would just really like to spend some time doing anything that a normal human being would do. What is your turn? New
Okay.
turn?
So I continue the conversation by saying, "Hey, I know some things you can do. I need a few extra people. Let's go talk to your friends you haven't seen in a while, and maybe I can hook them up also with it."
All right. And Demand 64, do you have a little bit of a plan for what you want to do for this turn?
Oh, for talking to the girl?
Like, if you want to talk to her,
Yeah, sure.
or
Why
what do you
not?
want?
I make friends with her. I try
All right.
to, yeah, make friends with her.
The man blindly follows Dumbass A, completely just excited. Even if he's going to be helping someone out, he's excited to have human contact and is willing to move past his previous mistakes that he made because he thought the world was ending. That'll give Dumbass a bonus turn actually for this turn. Is there anywhere you want to lead him or anything before the stories continues?
Take him to his friends who he hasn't seen in a while, and try to get that group going. See if there is any baddies any baddies, I could do vampire stuff too.
All right.
Who
I'm
are
going to switch to Dumbass 64. You speak to the kind lady. Do you wish to ask any questions, sir?
What do you do with your life?
She apologizes for slapping you and mentions that her father once got hit by a drunk driver who actually was or was her grandfather who got hit by a drunk driver, but get this, it was her grandmother who was driving it, which was later rewritten as a famous Christmas song.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
She has a very big disdain for any drunk driving or any people who can get hurt. And she deeply does care about the community. So she does regret slapping you, and she wishes she could have handled it a much better way.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back with Dumbass A, the friends of the poor man are way too drunk to understand anything, which is going to be a lot better to convince them that to do anything with the man who has ended up hurting him over thinking the world's going to end. All right, your turns.
Okay, so I offered the guy and his friends alcohol to hear my pitch and say that I will pay them for their time along with the alcohol.
All right.
Free drinks on
And
me, but
all right, switch to Dumbass 64. What do you wish to do now?
What do I wish to do now?
Remember, your goal is to feast off a few people to prevent them from leaving bad reviews.
Yeah, because I want to kill this girl.
Yeah, you have to do it secretly. You have to not only stay away from all the guests, but you also have to make sure that she won't scream or anything. You have to be careful. You have to be secretive. You have to be lucrative. This is imagine Among Us, but more difficult.
Okay. Let's see. We get to talking about our lives, and later on, we
What is your action? I tell you how things go. You just have to decide what you want to do. What do you want to say? What do you
I ask her if she wants to sleep with me.
She politely declines and is slightly awkward out. However, she does start to move to a more isolated area which is the other balcony on this penthouse that is not surrounded by anyone. Because now that she understands she has everyone's keys and is just trying to avoid general creepiness. However, with Dumbass A, the friends gets the drunken people get even more drunk as they follow you and two of the three of them pass out on the floor in the room that you brought them to. The ringleader, which is the guy you brought with, or the guy who's on the original. I forget what it's called now. I said it so many times. The guy who was smoking earlier, he starts to talk to his friends, is completely unaware of the situation. It would be pretty easy to get him and the two pass out ones. However, there is still one drunk man left who is very much aware of what could happen. With Dumbass 64, hold on. I don't remember. Yeah, no, I already saw what happened to them. She freaking dumped the situation and left.
so am I in a secluded room or is there people nearby?
There is a window, but they are not near the window.
Okay. And there is two people that's not passed out.
There's two people passed out and two people awake. The ones that are awake, one is facing away from you, and two focused on his friends to notice anything, and the other one is kind of looking in the direction, but he's very drunk.
Okay. What I do is I ask the one who I wasn't talking to before to go get a first aid kit. So he leaves the room, and I bite and kill the guy who the guy who I was talking to before. And then when the other guy comes back, I say he passed out too, and then kill him.
Wait! You're doing way too much. I'll accept the first half of that. Okay, 64. You got anything? Do you want to say for your turn?
No, wait. I want to hear more of that.
Well, no, I have to continue the story. He can't I'm the master here. I'm the little daddy. You gotta
Yeah,
listen to
but that
daddy.
was interesting.
Well, yeah, but I have to advance a story, otherwise it's not this style. That's how it works.
Okay, God, I don't even know how to go with this story.
Well, you can just go meet up with A again, or you could just.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll go meet up with A, and I ask him if he could knock this girl that I'm talking to on the head.
A, would you be willing to sabotage your current plans just so you can go help him?
No.
Well, that's the end of this turn. 64 sits down angrily and grumpy with a little temper tantrum.
Fuck!
But nobody sees it, so he gets to survive this initial encounter. A, after he sends the man out and knocks out one of the people, the person comes back, looks at his friend, and starts to apply the bandages, kind of asking what's happening, but is once again facing away from you, leading to an opportunity where you have one man dead, one man patching the wounds, looking away from you, and two men fully unconscious.
I knock out the guy who is applying the bandages and kill him. And I apply bandages to the rest of them and call for help. Actually, no, don't call for help. I just apply the bandages to them and close and lock the window.
All right. Well, here's the
shade.
question. Here's the pivotal moment. So, do you drain the other two people, or do you want to offer them to 64, or just keep them in storage? This is going to massively change the story, by the way.
I guess give them to 64.
You have to knock this girl on the head for me first.
No, he doesn't have to. This isn't your turn yet. This is
I'm offering you. I'm doing a goodwill for you. I'm doing a goodwill.
No, you're not. You
Do
ain't
you
doing goodwill for me.
So, hey, xenomorphs are cool, but there's a man dressed as Jason Voorhees at this party. Keep that in mind. Also, 64. Do you accept the gift of these two bodies? Do you drink them, or do you let them just sit out and waste the food?
I'll drink them.
You slurp up the goopy juice. Now you both have consumed two people at this party. 64 decides he wasn't cool enough before, so he's now ranking up his dance skill to average dancing. He can blend in more easily if he just attempts a little harder. Or A now has the ability to... it's actually a tough one.
I can more easily turn people.
Telepathy. No, telepathy. You get to talk to 64 at any given point, but he cannot communicate back without since he doesn't have the ability.
That's
so you can tell him hints and stuff. Fine,
that's
I'll change
a horrible
it.
power.
Basic telepathy. You don't have to worry about distance anymore.
If it's only 264, that's a horrible power. Okay.
I'm just saying, you're too powerful. Do you know what? I'll also give you an item, a poisoned glass. Whoever drinks it will die within 2 hours.
Okay.
Fine, you've bullied your dungeon master. You made Daddy cry. Okay. Now to bring up the other people, there's the person wearing the Jason Voorhees costume. He looks very, very antisocial and afraid, actually. But he does have a tattoo of a xenomorph on him. That is very misprinted. Like, very misprinted. And there is also 3 women. One looks like a bully, one looks like the final girl in a movie, and one of them just genuinely, obviously does not want to be here, but was dragged here by one of the other 2 women.
Okay.
or you can look for more people using your turn. It is your guys' turn now.
I guess I will. How many women are there?
There's 3.
There's 3, and there's the Jason Voorhees guy. Right?
Yep. However, you have to keep in mind the Jason Voorhees guy looks goofy as hell. People are going to notice if he goes missing.
People are gonna notice.
Yes, but people might not care because he's not. He's obviously very unpopular here, just like you guys are.
Okay. So we can safely get rid of him. Is he drinking?
He is avoiding alcohol, but he is pouring some into a glass and then switching out the glass for one that has his own custom drink in it, which, from what you can smell from a mile away, does not contain alcohol.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to expand your telepathy a little bit. I'm going to let you be able to talk to other people and read like their most basic thoughts, but it will consume half a turn.
Half a turn?
Yeah, so basically, since all you did was, like, I don't know, just, I guess you can ask me if you can use it in that turn or not, and I can answer.
I start a conversation with him. Well, actually, I go up to him panicked, and I tell him that I need help and to meet me in the room where I killed the other people and bring a first aid kit because someone slipped and fell and hit their head and got knocked out. And then I knock him out while he's in there.
All right, 64.
What?
It's your. What are you gonna do this turn? Do you want to use your above average dancing moves to do something, or what do you want to do?
I want to stab the girl I was talking to. Just pull a knife on her.
All right, fine. I'll make your turn come true. You walk up to this innocent lady who's just trying to make sure everyone's having a good time, and you stab her.
Yes.
And she screams. And people hear that scream and see it.
Yep.
So you blew our cover. Or did he only blow your cover?
He only blew his cover.
Okay, he only blew your cover.
Now, I'm going to assume that this happens a little bit after everything happens with A. The thing that happens with A now is the guy is obviously afraid and shrinks into himself, and he follows you into that room. However, he does see the fact that the first aid kit's not only being used on the people, but it's also really light. He turns around, and before you can do anything, he slips by himself and screams as he hits his head. Now, you can either try to point everyone into 64's direction, moving him from your, casual happy list, or try to come up with another excuse of why there's 4 people tied up dead or 4 people bandaged dead and 1 person knocked unconscious.
Okay, so he fell him by himself.
Yeah, he tripped on his own pants and just like embarrassingly hit his head. you didn't do anything. Just imagine your character really quick, just staring at us like I didn't even do it to him.
What I do is I quickly kill him and then lay down very quickly like he attacked me.
All right, 64. I'm going to give you a very unique opportunity here. I'm going to give you 3 options. And yes, you can still choose options outside of these, but it might be a little more risky. I'll give you the option of either looking at the ground, the ledge, or The first person who comes over to you, which one do you choose?
The first person. No. Okay. The first person that comes over to me.
That was the only answer that would have gotten you in trouble. The person comes over to you, sees you holding a knife.
Can I change my answer?
No.
I gotta change my answer.
This person comes over to you, sees you holding a knife, sees the woman whose vitals, blood essence is dripping out, and the woman says, "Really? This is a party, and you're wasting the juices." She's also a vampire, but she is very upset at your sloppiness and will not help you hide the body, so you have maybe 30 seconds to dispose of it.
Okay. I throw it off the balcony.
Are you sure? Okay, I'm just going to keep that in mind. Switch back to A. Several people enter the room and assess the situation. From what they can see, it looks like the man patched those people up, and then it looks like maybe you angered him and you got into a scuffle. However, you seem completely unharmed, which is a big red flag.
I say he attacked me. I think he has an accomplice.
Ooh.
And yeah, I say he attacked me. He said that his friend will get me. And I scream for help.
All right, I'm going to give you an option here. Do you dare to try to reach for the first aid kit in front of all these drunk people? To try to change the story, make it like you were the person helping?
Yes.
All right, now let's do a little mini game. Decide if you win. We either can do a coin flip, or I can just flip something. Right, a coin flip, or you just call upon the gnome gods and beg really hard. How about that? I apologize for punting them in the first episode.
I apologize for punting them.
All right. The gnome god pauses time and kneels down to you and says, "Speak, my child. Tell me how sorry you are for the first episode of this series, of this podcast."
I am sorry I didn't punt someone else enough, and it will probably happen again.
The gnome is lit up with glee that you would say something so diabolical, but yet still have an apology for him. So he decides to reward you. He keeps time frozen as you reach for the first aid kit and put it next to yourself. The drunk people don't realize that it has been moved so much, and they now assess the situation as you trying to help 4 people while someone tried to attack you from behind. And the reason he is hurt so much was likely one of the 4 people defending you, or getting hurt beforehand. Well, 64 throws the body over the railing, leaving still blood on the floor, and a now very loud car alarm outside with a body on top of it. And the woman just leaves 64 alone, hiding the fact they're a vampire again. You dug this hole, man. I don't know what you expected. All right.
What do I do with the blood?
All right. A gym bro casually picks up A and helps him up, gives him a business card, and says, "If you need anything or anyone else to defend you tonight, please call me. I'll be anywhere you need. I have not been drinking too much as I'm only here for my friends. Although I will probably be near them if anything else does not happen." Whereas for 64, he just gets to stare at the bloody knife in his hand, and the fact that he is royally probably screwed up, as people are going to notice there's a bloody dead body that's slammed into a car.
No.
Okay, I know what I want to do for my turn.
Yes.
I say, holy crap, I think I saw someone throw a dead body over the railing outside. Quick.
64, what's your turn going to be?
I'd say she wanted. She was asking for it.
You have a skill. Do you remember your skill? The one that you leveled up?
No, I don't.
Dancing. You have You have above average dancing skill.
Okay, I pretend I don't. I pretend I don't hear what just happened. I just keep dancing.
So here's the thing: you see alcohol on the table. If you drink it, you will most likely survive this little check. However, it will do a lot of physical damage to you.
I'll just take a shot.
You gotta be drunk if you want to survive this. You have to push off the fact you were the only one near a dead body and covered in blood and not be noticed.
Okay, give me the whole punch bowl.
You slam back this punch bowl, getting yourself drenched in this horrible mixture of multiple drinks throughout the night. And from what you can taste, a little bit of cigarette ash. And by the time you're finished, you cannot believe what you are seeing. People just walk past you and stare at you and do not understand why someone could get so drunk.
What am I drinking? Absinthe?
Oh, you are just drinking quite literally like beers that have been picked up off the floor. Like you are getting this jungle juice that is forbidden in any realm. To say this is safe to drink would be saying that it is. I cannot even make an appropriate thing. This is why it costs so much of your health, and why you have now obtained a new skill: liver damage. Anytime in this little run that you need to make a move, you can only move through a third of the penthouse instead of across the whole thing.
Why am I so
Also, you're
alert?
drunk as crap, so you get a lot of stealth points, but you're not as dead center. You're not like very good at aiming.
Why am I so screwed in this story?
You
The
did
first
to
thing you did was
yourself.
try to drug a lady, and then
In
and then you
public.
stabbed her. I gave
In
you like
public.
4 options to just stop and just say sorry. You're just bring her somewhere to kill her.
I want her dead.
Then you said to throw the body over this penthouse. Okay,
In
I
public.
need to. Yes. Okay. So people walk past 64 and they see the dead body, completely forgetting the entire thing that just happened in that private room, letting A relock the room safely without any more eyes on him. A, you see 64. Is there anything you want to say to him telepathically that no one else can hear? Or do you want to just shout it normally, or do you just want to ignore him completely?
What? I don't want to relock.
What?
What?
What did you say?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I exit the room, I lock it. Then I look around to like, wait, what's around me?
You
Is there
see,
anyone around
everyone's
me?
looking over the ledge right now, trying to see. They have to walk around the whole perimeter, and they finally see the dead body, which starts to put the place in panic. However, you do notice what 64 missed on the floor, which is the keys to the front door of this penthouse you're not even renting. You kind of just broke in and using this party. And
I take.
Oh.
Continue.
I thought I thought you wanted like the whole like area around you, but yeah, if you want an action, you can use it.
I take the keys and quickly hide it in my pockets, and then I tell or so there's no one around me.
No one. There's people around you, but they're too focused on this dead body. They do not see you right now.
What's with this goddamn dead body that people are so focused on right now?
You know, it's a corpse in the middle of a party.
Okay.
I go over and look at the corpse like everyone else's to blend in. However, what I'm actually doing is surveying around me to see what is or who is the most vulnerable.
The most vulnerable seems to be the girl's friend who's standing on the girl's puddle of blood and is also being mostly pushed over the ledge, but she doesn't realize it. A small shift could knock her over the ledge, giving you a free extra kill. However, you will not get the blood.
but that would be in front of everyone. So
Well,
that'd
you're
be
in the back of the group. It'd be pretty hard for them to prove that you were the one who nudged the whole group. Or you could ask 64 to drunkenly stumble over and see if he'd be willing to do it.
I agree.
You have to see if he
so.
wants to ask you to do that.
He asked if he wants to go.
64 drunkenly stumbles over and nudges the group. The woman slips on the blood and is pushed over by the sea of bodies and falls on top of her friend, which is a pretty gruesome end. However, people do not point fingers at anyone else because that was considered a group mistake. Now, 64 is barely looked at as more than a drunk idiot right now. No offense to him, but he did just try to flirt. He looks like he tried to flirt with a woman, then followed her around for a bit, got pissed drunk, and now just bumped into everyone a few times. Whereas A looks like a saint who's worried about everybody.
Okay, I go and loudly cry in a bathroom with the door open and wait until someone passes by and comes in to check on
Wait,
me.
no, you can't go that far. I control the story. You get to choose your actions. Although now you've ruined it, and I'm gonna change what happens.
Dude, that's mean.
64. What do you want? What do you want?
What?
It's just your turn now. You're sitting there realizing you're pissed drunk and your liver hurts. You look around. You see a couple people just sneaking food into their shirts, and someone trying to reach for a landline that might be cut because they probably don't pay for landline at this place. Even the toilet water looks terrible. It was pre-shit when you got in there.
Would there be a telephone?
Do you ask why there'd be a telephone?
Yeah, if the line is cut. Well, first of all, I heard earlier it was an abandoned building and it wasn't no one's supposed to be there. So why was there a telephone?
Why? When was it abandoned? This is a penthouse.
Oh yeah, I heard you say penthouse, but I heard like abandoned, like no one's supposed to be there.
I never said abandoned, did I? In what
Hey,
context?
I don't think so.
I may have said like an abandoned area or something of the place, and there's
Yeah.
nobody there right now. But that doesn't mean like it's abandoned. That means that nobody's there actively there. During a party, people are moving around constantly.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Let's see, what would I do? I guess I just walk around and see if I can get another conversation going.
You walk up to another very drunk person, but for some reason you're able to understand their lingo because of how absolutely drunk you are. To say you are drunk is to say that a drop of water could drown something. It is, or water could drown something. It is just a mass that you cannot specify because there is so much of it where you are. You are so drunk that reality itself is bending. There's no hallucinogens in this alcohol, but you swear there is. That's how drunk you are. And this person's talking to you, and in perfect, fluid, non-drunken state, you hear, "Hey, man, I kind of left like 3 drinks upstairs, and I would really like someone to go with me on like a one-on-one, so I don't seem so embarrassed. I know no one's gonna come looking because it's my favorite spot to hide these drinks after I come to this place all the time. I trust you because you're also as drunk as I am. If anything happens, I know one of us will make it down at least," he says jokingly at the end. Whereas with A, he sobs loudly. He does smell the pre-shit toilet that no one flushed before he came over and rented the place, which he deeply regrets now. But then again, you guys are pretty broke on cash, so you can't really complain. Still don't know why he doesn't flush it. But someone does come in. A very muscular, very tall woman who does happen to be armed. She doesn't suspect anything, but she also isn't cool with the idea of keeping her guard down.
What I do is I have a conversation and talk about how scared I am, how I saw someone dump a body over the ledge, and the person who attacked me earlier said they had an accomplice, and just said I feel very scared of the party and that I don't know what to do, and I don't attack her. I try to gain her trust, so later possibly someone have an alibi they were near me. In a place I could have so easily killed them, but I didn't.
You're winning Among Us. 64, do you wish to go with the very drunk man?
Sure.
So 64 stumbles up the stairs and half falls over a couple times, even passes out once where the man wakes him up. And they end up in this bedroom. And this is going to be a very, very weird encounter for 64 if he tries to bite this man, because this man, he realizes, has already pissed himself and is not wearing any socks.
What? Why?
Because he is super drunk. You also realize you've probably pissed yourself, but you're not very sure. You are not sure. That is how... Yeah, you remember, you two are so drunk, you can talk like you're not. There is an issue here. Or someone spiked the drinks. We don't know yet. So what do you do, 64, in this situation now that you've gotten him alone? He slowly, sensually picks up one of his drinks.
Who are you talking to?
You.
You?
I thought you were talking to A. So wait, what was it again? Sorry.
This man is super drunk. He leads you upstairs. Your liver's hurting. You're crying. He is now alone in the room with you. Slowly and sensually picking up one of his drinks, reaching for the top of it, and realizing it probably needs a cork because he stole the wrong drink. What do you do?
Stab him. When the lights are off.
Nobody can hear him screaming if the lights are off. You stab him, but to your surprise, this man is so drunk he doesn't even notice and he begins to walk downstairs. You do not get to act the rest of this turn. You got to hold on to the next turn to do something about it.
No! Come on, man.
No. You can fix the situation later.
There's
You can
no way
fix it
no
later.
one can be that drunk.
Do you ever seen drunk people take injuries? They can take slams to the head that actively crack their skull like nothing happened.
You know, when I got drunk for the
What?
first time,
You're
I actually hit my
drunk.
head
You don't
on
know
the
where you
sink.
stabbed him.
When I got drunk, I hit my head on the sink.
Yeah. Also, you do not know where you stabbed him. You're so drunk, you probably missed any of his vitals.
What I do is I tell her.
Wait, well, I haven't finished saying. And so what happens to you? You say your sob story, and she looks at you for a minute, even with her cold eyes, then starts to stroke your hair and telling you it's okay. She understands you're probably traumatized a little bit, and she's only here to make. She's only right now pulling out her weapon just because she's scared herself. All right, where do I take this now? So 64 is pretty much stuck in time. I'm trying to figure out where I go from here. If you can take up half your turn to flush this toilet, if you wish.
What I do is I say I go, wait, what is that? I think I heard something upstairs, and I tell her to ask her if she can go with me and check it out and take her to the stairs and start going up.
All right. Okay. 64. This man is heading towards the stairs. He has a knife protruding out of his side, but he is just completely unaware of it because his nerves have just died on him. You do notice he does have 2 drinks still up here that he completely forgot to grab. That would probably gather his attention if you use them the right way. And you do hear the very tall lady coming up the stairs. She does sound like she would probably shoot first, ask questions later. at this point.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Go with what?
We just have him walk downstairs, and this lady comes up and just shoots him.
Okay, but no, you have to. What do you do to convince? What do you do to make him seem like a threat instead of a victim? What do you do?
I'll say, everyone, look, it's a pedophile.
She gets to the top of the stairs, just sort of looks at you confused, and then notices the knife sticking out of the man's side. At this point, this is tough. I don't want to pin you guys against each other, but now you have.
No. Trust me, I have a plan.
All right. I'll trust you. This woman goes to the door that 64 is hiding in and slowly reaches for the door handle. You see the man, and you're expected to be the one to patch him up. However, she is not paying any attention to you and does believe you, so if you want to, you can get another skill by draining him. Although it would lead to a big... If you drink it, you gotta be aware there's gonna be a dead body in the one spot where she's gonna see it again if she comes back through. Or if anyone
Where are you talking to?
You. I'm saying if you choose to drain him, if you choose to drain the man that walked out while she walked past you, she's looking for 64.
No, let's see. Fuck.
Don't want to re-clarify
plan...
it so it sounded confusing?
Yeah.
Okay, you're at the beginning of you're at the end of the stairwell, right? You just got to the second floor. She is on the other side of the hallway, beginning to open the door to the room 64's in. This drunken man, who was with 64, who is now in the hallway, you can drink. However, anyone who enters that hallway will probably see the body, even though it's on the second floor. So it's going to be, if she comes out of that room, she's going to backtrack and find it.
64. Wait, can I telepath with 64 without using a turn? Because I want to coordinate stuff.
It depends if you cannot do anything big afterwards for this turn if you choose to do it. So like if you can't like attack someone if you choose to.
Can I trip someone?
Oh yes.
64.
Do
you want to coordinate something with me?
What do you plan?
Okay, so the plan is I trip the guy, and you attack, or not attack, but like we need to somehow find a way to blame the lady for attacking the guy.
We turn invisible.
So there is what?
Hey, we said at the same time. No, there's no invisibility.
Oh.
Do you want me to explain the things around you in the room? Now that you know the plan of he's gonna trip the man while you have to try to distract her or something to get out of the room?
You have to try to. We need to somehow blame her for stabbing the man. Shift the blame, make everyone think that she's killer.
How would I make conversation with her to distract her?
You can't make conversation. She's already seen the man got stabbed and just trying to enter the room. Do I describe the things in the room that you could probably use?
Okay, sure.
You look around in the state of panic. Time seems to slow down. You see a half-open bottle that does seem like it could leak onto something or splash if necessary. You also see a iron in the closet, a clothing iron. And you also see the bathroom. There's another bathroom door in here. However, if you enter there, you're probably going to be stuck in that room for not like a while, but you're going to be stuck in that room, which is going to leave you as one of the suspects.
I have a clarifying question.
Yes.
Where is the guy stabbed? If he got say he got tripped, would it stab into his heart and kill him?
It is stabbed pretty thoroughly into his liver that's already pretty shot from how drunk he is. He cannot communicate with anyone because of how drunk he is.
So I could possibly do damage by tripping him, and it goes deeper inside of him.
Yes.
So, 64. I trip the man
Hold on, your
and
turn
run
hasn't
away.
gone yet. We have to figure out what 64 is going to do with the three options.
With
I hope. Come on.
No, I'm still trying to coordinate.
yeah, I
Oh,
want to hear
I didn't
this.
know you were still playing.
Yeah, I'm still coordinating. So 64. I trip the man and run away while you go and suck the blood and kill that lady. So while
Yeah.
everyone's focused on the man, she is while everyone's focused on the man, you knock her out and then scream that she tried to attack you with a knife. Or she tried to attack you after you walked in on her stabbing the man.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Okay, so
Why?
the man starts tumbling down the stairs very loudly. And I mean, he starts groaning, the knife flings out and stabs him in the leg. And when people go up to ask, he just tries to stand up, but realizes he can't for some reason, and starts to garble on about cats until he just starts falling asleep. And then just falls asleep and just stops breathing. And now the woman takes one look at 64 when he starts screaming pretty early because he's super drunk and slightly misunderstood the directions. And instead of attacking him, she just stands there. So people come to investigate and just see this woman towering over a crying drunk person who obviously doesn't understand what's going on. And now she is detained and her gun is just left on a table where they do seem to be trying to think about who to offer it to in this trying time. 64, you are free from all stares and glares.
Yay!
Okay, so the plan worked.
It worked.
Okay, I have. So can we play another turn?
I'm gonna go with yes because the woman is detained and can no longer. She can say things, but she doesn't fully understand what the heck just happened. So she's just gonna be for a few turns dismayed.
So is everyone upstairs looking at the body? We're looking at the lady.
The lady is in the kitchen being detained, so she is on the bottom floor with the man, who was just laying on the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so it's not safe to just kill him right then and there.
The man is dead. He stopped breathing.
Oh, okay.
He died.
He fell down. He fell on the stairs, and the knife flew out of his ribs into his leg. And he tried to talk for a bit, but he just stopped. He stopped living. He was so drunk he couldn't exist.
He died.
So the lady is detained in the kitchen.
She is detained in the kitchen. Yes.
Is there loose? Is there anyone loose that's not in their group?
The Jason Voorhees costume guy is scared out of. Wait, no, he was the one who got knocked out. Never mind. I was like, we didn't use him yet. No, we did.
Wait, where is he knocked out?
You locked him in the private room to begin with the four other guys.
Wait, is he knocked out or dead?
You killed him. If you remember, he knocked himself out, and then you killed him before you played dead. Or before you played injured.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What characters do we have left? I'm gonna just make up a number here. There's 7 people left at this party.
Wasn't that as many people as there was to begin with?
No, I don't think I even said how many people there were in to begin with.
Okay.
I may have said something else at 7.
I don't think we can do any actions that's useful, at least in terms of killing. So I go with the rest of the crowd and observe what is going on.
Right. For the sake of time, I will count you two as the two of the 7 people left. So you have to kill 5 people. However, is a little bit of an issue of a wee woo of the police that have noticed 2 dead bodies, but have been very, very late to get to here. They will come up to the stairs and
notice.
What?
How the hell did they notice if there's no phone line and there's not
2
actively
dead
a cop?
bodies hit a car and made the car alarm go off.
Oh yeah.
They rained from the sky and smashed into a car that started going very loud. Okay, so you have 5 major turns until the police get to the party, and then you can choose things that can morph in from there. But for now, the people start to disperse looking for supplies as they don't know too much about what the police are going to do. They want to gather their things, make sure they're all propped and ready and good. 64 comes down the stairs, and, well, he's still drunk. You 2 are drunk, and you see 1 person in every major room. However, they are very willing to see anything going on and report it immediately if you are caught. So you have to be very slippery here.
Oh, me?
Or you can just leave at any point and go back to your little winter house, and I'll tell you how much you survive.
Okay.
So what are your options?
Wait, we're leaving the party?
No, I said or. If you don't want to, these at any point, there's 5 actions. If you leave early, it's fine. It's just like you guys have the option to continue to kill these guys or run away safely now.
Now let's keep killing.
Yeah, at least for a few turns. Our last major turn will just be running away.
All right. So out of all the rooms, there's a kitchen, there is a guest bedroom, another bathroom, a dining room, front room, a more of like an exercise room, and I'm trying to think one last room, just so there's like 2 empty ones. A basement. Now, do you guys want me to remind you what you have?
Sure.
You have a poisoned cup that will kill someone within 2 hours. And you also have a random guy's phone number who was a gym bro that he gave to you when he thought you were in danger. 64 has liver damage. Also, he's great at dancing.
Yay!
All right. Which room do you guys want to investigate or use an action in?
I want to. Well, you said major turn, so can I do a minor turn?
You can do, I'd say, you can use a minor turn in 2 different rooms, a major turn in 1 room, or maybe like 3 minor turns in 1 room. I don't know. I'll work it out later. I'll see how far I'll let you go before I yell at you.
Okay, I exclaim, "This is wild. I need a drink. Anyone else need one?" Then I start passing out some drinks, but I give the tall lady that had the gun a poisoned drink.
Right? And that will count as like a 3/4 in action. I'll let you choose to look into another room to see if you want to see what's in there.
Okay. I will look into, I guess, the living room.
In the living room, you see a woman sobbing, claiming that she lost her lover. And 64, what do you want to do?
I have liver damage.
Yes, you do have liver damage from drinking the jungle juice.
Yes, what can I do?
you can go into any of the rooms and investigate, or you can do an action or do something. I don't know.
I want to do liver victim challenge where I victimize myself as the drunk like I already am to other people.
All right. Okay.
And I tell them how
You
bad my liver damage is.
okay. So A offers everybody drinks, and 64 thinks, well, I'm already pretty much dying anyways. I'm gonna take another one, and proceeds to start vomiting aggressively. One of the men who just was about to take a drink drops his drink and starts taking 64 to the bathroom so he can puke his guts out, and is very uncomfortable with the situation, but willing to stay for a little bit, hoping the police get up there soon, even though there's 4 turns left. Well, the lady who knew about everything, who had the gun, is now slowly getting poisoned, and probably by the time that any of the information will be extracted from her, she will be dead, tying up the loose end. Congratulations, there's 4 free people left, and you have 4 turns.
I don't think 4 turns is enough to kill 4 people, because we need to get people separated.
Again, the only thing you have to do is make sure you're not caught.
So what people are in what rooms?
I'm not gonna say. Although I probably shouldn't have given you the hint that you just don't need to get caught. Dang, that's supposed to be a little secret. Alright.
Okay, so there's a guy with
Dumbass 64
in the bathroom when he's puking his guts out. And there's the lady that's sobbing.
Yes.
And so that would leave 2 people left in the kitchen.
I'm not gonna say where anyone is. There's one person crying in the front room, one person who is in the bathroom helping Dumbass 64. And there is 2 people in the other rooms. One of them was a hint, though. If you can remember the hint, you can remember where they are.
I know.
My brain not to process what you said.
I wish to grab this girl and slam her onto the edge of the sink.
You mean the guy? There's a guy in there with you. I know you're so drunk you start to call him her until he tries to correct you, and the moment he does, you slam his head so aggressively into the sink that it attracts it. People just stare at the bathroom. They don't want to investigate. They're like, "What the heck just happened there?"
I'll just say I was taking a shit.
I used that time to off the girl in the living room. But I do it stealthily by basically just doing it while everyone's distracted and not letting her make sound.
All right. Well, you walk into the room. You try to comfort her a little bit, but then you just sink your teeth in and just suckle her up. Whereas the poor guy who just wanted to help Dumbass 64 is now just laying in a pool of blood. His face utterly just smashed in by the absolute drunken hands of a madman. Because you've gotten 2, there's only 2 people left. I will say the police got a little head start, and it is now 2 turns left because you guys managed to do this one super fast.
Okay, so
also really quickly, what was I thinking? With the issue of this, I was gonna say the hint was the gym bro is in the gym, or you could have called him at any given point.
Yeah, but that would have been
yeah, well now you just killed someone in the living room, which is the main room, and there's been plenty of sound. I'm gonna say someone locks a door knowing where they have a little bit of knowledge of who survived in the last 5, and the gym bro is now starting to catch on to something sketchy. So you created loose ends.
I call the gym bro and say I just saw someone kill someone inside of the bathroom. uh and when he comes running, I'd knock him to the
Wait.
floor and just suckle his blood.
Nice.
Gotta wait for me to say how the outcomes come, man.
No, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
You can't just say no, you like it, no rule. The god!
I like it.
The man barges out of the room, walks over to the bathroom, sees the corpse, and starts to choke out Dumbass 64 hard. However, the alcohol protects him from the majority of the damage. Unfortunately, 64 was a bit foolish this run. For the first time in any of our episodes, 64 does perish. However, he does so with pride of knowing he had severe liver damage and continued to drink despite having it. And pushing a lady off a roof and trying to stab a woman in broad day, well, not really daylight, but the broad fluorescent lights, and also weirdly just following them around, and overall very questionable actions. I just want to say, man, there was much better directions you probably could have gone to easily survive this. Also, thank A for constantly shoving everything in your direction. You probably should have died earlier from that. I mean, a woman with a gun entered the room and was just so flabbergasted by the situation, she managed not to shoot. Just saying. All right. All right. A successfully manages to get the man out of the room. However, he is beefed out of his mind. If you attack him, it will likely be your last turn, not gonna lie.
Is he the only one alive?
There is the person who's locked in the guest bedroom, who locked themselves in.
Okay. And there's only one turn left?
Well, fleeing won't cost a turn. So if you do that and flee, you can. But be aware there will be a loose end, so.
So there's someone who locked themselves in a guest bedroom?
Yep, with recollection of most people who came in. Or the most people in the last 5 people alive.
Okay, and I'm on the bottom floor. Where's the guest bedroom? Is that on the top floor?
It is to your right at the end of the hallway. However, the muscle bro has figured out you're one of the vampires because very scary.
Okay, so fuck yeah, just take a knife and stab him. Because if the other person's locked in the guest bedroom, there's no one to witness.
All right. The massive gym bro, his last words were, "Bro, I thought we were friends. I would have happily gone on my cheat meal with you." And then he perishes. You feel a slight tear roll down your eye. Do you flee before the cops get there?
But there's one person left.
It's a simple question. We're also over an hour into the recording, so.
It doesn't matter how long the recording is.
Fair enough.
Is there any escape from the guest bedroom?
No, but now that you've attacked the man, the police are pretty much at the door. If you try to do anything and you take too long, they will begin to ask questions. So you do not know how many police there are or if you could take them. You gotta make one or two choices.
So there's no escape anymore?
There is escape, but if you don't escape, then you have to try to talk your way out of it. So you talk your way out of it, or you leave, and I tell you what happens. the summary.
Shoot. I want to say something because you never said we had to leave alive.
I never said
You
that
never
because you
said
don't have. You can do this. Is the reason why I love it so much. You can do anything. Go ahead, try if you want.
I want to say something, but it might cost multiple turns, which you won't allow.
I mean, go ahead and say it. I mean, I can only deny it if it doesn't work.
I knock down the guest bedroom door and stab that guy. And
The last person alive is a girl, and that is important. The door's like bolted shut. I should say that, so you can see it even from where you are. There's a thick bolt in place. The only way to get through would probably be to lockpick it.
How much charisma do I have?
Not enough. You suck at dancing.
Not enough charisma?
Nope, you suck at dancing.
I could extend this, maybe?
You do have the front door keys in your pocket.
This is 2001, you said, right?
2002.
2002. So before every police had walkies.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know that one actually.
They did. They did. I think they started having them in the 90s.
I can Google. We can use technology, but I don't want to. So I'm gonna just assume that you're right.
Okay. Okay, so the guest bedroom is near the kitchen, right?
The kitchen is to your left. The guest bedroom's to your right.
So it's like literally right next to it.
Kind of, but yeah, it's just like a few rooms apart.
Can I cut the gas and then light a lighter and run to the other side of the house?
Well, the only issue with that is the guest bedroom lead. It's like it's on the edge of the building. So if you were to do that, you'd only blow up the rooms that have nobody in them.
So it won't kill him?
No.
That's sad. You're making this super difficult.
You can just cut the gas if you want. That might do something. I don't know.
Okay, I cut the gas.
All right,
And
you've cut.
hide.
Oh, and what?
I cut the gas and hide.
You cut the gas. The cops finally enter the room. The first two pass out onto the floor and are presumably dead. When a third one goes back and calls for backup, giving you an extra 2 turns. But the gas
Wait, I
is
thought you said
spreading.
they didn't have walkies.
They don't. They fucking saw their two friends pass out on the floor. And they have to run all the way to the bottom floor to go get help. That's why. If they just had the freaking walkies, you're like, yep, someone's got an issue. Come up here with us, and then you're screwed. They don't. They have to manually go downstairs, or one guy just sits there like afraid.
Okay, so how many cops are left?
There was only two came in and got knocked out. The other two saw it. So one's up there kind of watching guard, while the other one's running downstairs. 64. Do you want to revive for a single turn to try something?
No, I think I did enough.
You're so drunk, your ghost could do something.
Do interpretive dance to distract them.
I kill the police officers.
Hold on, I want to hear what the master plan that A had.
What I was gonna say is blow it up because if they're in there.
Is that your turn?
I like that idea.
Yeah, but I just don't want it to kill me. So I don't know if that's what I want to play. Wait, is there a way to blow it up without killing?
just grab a bunch of TNT.
Do we have TNT stored in our ass?
Yeah, they sell TNT at Walmart. I mean, you could practically just buy the ingredients for
I will
TNT
say,
at Walmart.
64 wakes up for only a second from their death, looks down, and they see they have TNT laying on, like they have TNT inside their stomach or something. I don't know.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And I decided to punch
64, blow them up.
Yeah, and I blow them up, and I commit Susie.
Okay, in this moment, everything goes bright, everything explodes, and the police are now just sitting. The one police officer went down to get to get more, just stares at the explosion that happened above him, and is just debating whether or not he even wants to return. You see the door the woman was hiding behind has been completely exploded and torn to shreds. And as you investigate, it's just a female vampire who's left. Congratulations. What do you do? She's just a female vampire who probably wouldn't have told on you at all, but now you've inconvenienced her greatly. What do you do?
I say, what do I do? Wait, can I just open a window? Wait, vampires are the ones that don't like light, right?
I mean, it's, you know what? I'll say it's like 4 a.m., so there's light, but it wouldn't be enough to like kill her. And yes, they do not like light.
Damn. Throw salt at her.
That doesn't even consume a turn. I just want that to happen. You throw salt at her, nothing really happens, but she gets like really offended. All right, what do you do now?
While she's confused and offended, I just stab her with a knife and drink the rest of her.
She's a fellow vampire. Are you just gonna do that?
Yes.
She gets even more offended as you cut her open, and she stares at the wound as it slowly begins to heal. And after it heals, and she just like stares at you and just goes, "Are you freaking serious? You threw salt at me, stabbed me, and drank my blood, despite me lacking the nutrient we need from getting from blood. What are you doing? If you just leave, I swear I will not tell them shit. Just leave me alone, or I will call more police. I will scream out this window."
I trick her into holding an active bomb.
You run over to 64's corpse and you see a bomb laying in the middle of his stomach again. 64 gives you a smile and a wink from the other side as you give it to her. And it explodes into her face like a cartoon. And then
I leave.
You leave, and when the police you leave. You return to your castle among the sadness of the fact that you suck at being a DJ. You will never be one, and you still suck at dancing. 64 is no longer by your side as he has perished at that party. The vampire lady not only didn't tell her what happened, but also had to go to therapy for several months before being put in a psychiatric ward for what happened.
Okay, can I have another turn?
Yes. You're a free man. You gotta have one, like, you gotta do one thing to change your ending or add to your ending.
Can I go and can I go and file insurance on 64's death and then just clone him so he survived?
No, I want to be dead.
64 is cloned, however, it's a new consciousness that wants to be alive, unfortunately.
No.
So we both survived.
This clone is allergic to milk, though, so you have to be very careful.
No, that's not. No, that's not how the story works.
The clone ends up ripping off his own head before you can bring it home, so it did not survive.
Yes.
All right. GG. All right. Is that all? I think good. You know what? 64. I'm gonna tell you what you see in the afterlife. You see all the bombs you have swallowed throughout your whole life, and you're surprised that you did not explode sooner.
Oh my god.
You also wonder what kind of god gave you such luck that when you pushed a woman's body off the roof. Even before that, you got caught, and the person who caught you just was a lady vampire who was traumatized later, who just neglected how to even try to spite you just because of how lazy she was, how upset she was at how bad you were at just disposing of a body. You reach the ascendant level. You watch a clone of you end its own life because it didn't want to go back to a castle. That's what the afterlife is. Baby. I'm ending this recording.
Wait. I got one more thing to say.
All right.
Then I turned into a cat, and after I'm reincarnated, and I'm now a pet.
No.